And this kind of stemmed from, she just bought a brand new trike, Tri-Glide, beautiful Tri-Glide. And the dealership had made mention that they went through the fluids and did all the fluids, oil, brake fluid, clutch fluid, everything. Well, I got over there and asked her if she minded if I checked. And so I checked. The oil was not brand new. It was burnt oil. It was very dark. New oil, brand new oil, as they said, from one ride home, should not be that dark. Her brake fluid was very, very yellow and very dark yellow. Her clutch, hydraulic clutch, was also very yellow. And so I told her, I said, if you got a warranty, I'd take it back up there and have them go ahead and run through the fluids. I said, this is the same thing that happened with me. Now, another client that I had some work done at the same dealership, unfortunately, and had spent some $2,500. They went through everything, he said. And that was the one that I actually had the crankshaft sensor out of the bike and then asked him to crank it, and it spewed oil all over his frickin' garage and his bike. But when I went to go add some oil back into the oil tank, I pulled the dipstick, and the dipstick was bone dry. To the point where it was like, dude, we didn't spill that much oil. We spilled maybe a cup of oil. We didn't spill 2 or 3 quarts of oil. I put a quart of oil into it, and it brought it up to the very bottom of the dipstick to just register. So that made me wonder what was going on with that one as well. Now, the reason I like to educate people, long story short, is so that you don't get screwed around like this. Now, if I would have just had work done with something at the dealership or at any shop, and they said, oh yeah, we went through the fluids and everything was good, I'm hopping on that thing and I'm taking off down the road. I don't have to check it. They did it. But had this guy done that, he very well could have seized up his engine. And then guess who's not going to cover it? Because on their notes, it says they did it. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of trusting what everybody says. Trust me, I'm a mechanic, because I'm not. I'm a technician. But the stuff that I'm finding on these bikes is terrible. So make sure you check your stuff. Always check your stuff. If they said they did it, check it.